Friends, myself Jagdish Kara, lecturer in zoology, KB DAV College, Nirakarpur. Today I am going to discuss about female reproductive system of human. The female reproductive system is a grouping of organs that forms the reproductive and urinary system of the female. Its functions are to produce eggs or ova to be fertilized, to allow sperms and ovum to the site of fertilization, to provide the space and conditions for embryonic development, to facilitate childbirth, to produce and secrete female sex hormones. The parts of the female reproductive systems are ovaries, oviduct or fallopian tubes, uterus, vagina, vulva, Bartholin's glands or vestibular glands, and breast. Out of these parts, only vulva and breast are found external to the abdominal cavity. This is the picture of a female reproductive system. You can see the picture comprises of several parts. You can see there are ovaries, these are 2 in number, oviduct or fallopian tube, this is the oviduct or fallopian tube. The ovaries are attached to the abdominal wall by means of mesovarium. The fallopian tube is attached to the uterus cavity by isthmus. Its free end is found below the ovary. The oviduct has a funnel-like structure called infundibulum. The margins of the funnel contain finger-like projections called fimbriae, which facilitate acceptance of ova during ovulation. The infundibulum leads to a cavity called ampulla. Then the structure is attached to the uterus by isthmus. The uterus is a cavity in which the embryo grows. The uterus has wider space towards the upper end, known as uterine fundus, and towards the lower end it narrows down, forming the cervix, cervical canal, and finally to the vagina, and the vagina leads to the exterior. The internal structure of the uterus is typical. It contains endometrium, the internal tissue which help in the acceptance of the zygote and formation of the placenta. Above the endometrium there is muscle layer called myometrium. The myometrium is again covered by perimetrium on its outer side. Let us go to another picture, which is the transverse section of ovary. That means in its section we find the mesovarium in a cut segment. Then there are follicles, primary follicles, growing follicles, near maturing follicles, mature or Graafian follicles, rupture follicles. From the ruptured follicles the egg releases and falls on the fimbriae of the fallopian tube. This is the release of ovum. After release, the follicular cells become the corpus luteum and act as an endocrine glands. This is the regenerative regressing corpus luteum. Then after that there is the degenerating follicle. The interior of the ovary is known as stroma. It contains blood vessels and connective tissue. The outer wall of the ovary is called germinal epithelium. It contains germ cells which are cuboidal in nature, and they form the follicles containing the egg in it. The follicle grows one and progressing different stages, and finally the egg releases and falls on the fimbriae of the oviduct or fallopian tube. Let us go to the parts in detail. You can see ovaries are a pair of small oval shaped structures located on either side of the uterus. Each is attached to the dorsal abdominal wall by a mesentery called mesovarium and a connective tissue called ovarian ligament. We have already seen these structures in the picture. Let us go to the anatomy. We have already discussed the anatomical parts in TS of ovary. In its outer margin, outer germinal epithelium is present. It is a layer of simple cuboidal epithelium which produces a large number of follicles. Its structure contains tunica albuginea. It is a dense connective tissue capsule present under the germinal epithelium, and inner mass of connective tissue is called a stroma. The connective tissue mass or stroma is identified as outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortex contains number of follicles in various stages of development, and the medulla contains connective tissues, blood and lymph vessels as well as nerve fibers. Let us go to the follicles. That there are different stages of follicle. They are named as primary follicles, major or Graafian follicles, corpus luteum and corpus albicans, and primordial follicles. Let us go to the first one is primary or young follicles. The cells of germinal epithelium divide to produce a ball of cells called primary follicles. It contains oogonium or egg mother cell surrounded by a number of follicular cells. The follicular cell provide nourishment or food to the oogonium. The oogonium divide meiotically to produce the egg. During this production or oogenesis, one egg and 3 polar bodies are formed. Mature follicles or Graafian follicle. Primary follicles goes inside the ovary and changes to a Graafian follicle. It consists of a developing oocyte surrounded by one or more layers of follicular cells. Later it moves to the surface to release the egg or ovum. That process is called ovulation, and the follicle is called rupturing follicles or ruptured follicles. Corpus luteum. After release of ovum, the rest of the Graafian follicle transform into an endocrine glands known as corpus luteum. It contains the follicular cells. Corpus albicans. If fertilization does not occur, corpus luteum degenerates, leaving a scar or white mark on the ovary called corpus albicans. Friends, primordial germ cells consist of a primary oocyte surrounded by a single layer of flattened cells and develop into the fetus. These are found present in the ovaries at birth and persist throughout the childhood. That means the number of eggs that will be produced is fixed and it is present from the birth and continues in childhood also. Let us go to the another structure called fallopian tubes. These are narrow tubes attached to the upper part of the uterus and serves as pathway for the ova from the ovary to the uterus. That means by means of fallopian tubes, the egg travels from the ovaries and reach to the uterus. The end of the tube near the ovary expand to form a funnel-shaped infundibulum. We have already seen these structures in the figure. The margin of the infundibulum is surrounded by finger-like extension called fimbriae. These fimbriae accept the egg and push the egg into the oviduct. At the time of ovulation, the fimbriae increases their activity and propel the oocyte into the fallopian tube. Friends, fertilization normally occurs in the fallopian tubes. That means the site of fertilization in case of human is the fallopian tube. Later, after the formation of zygote, the zygote drops into the ovary. Let us go to another structure called uterus. Uterus is a hollow, pear-shaped organ that holds and nourishes the developing fetus. It has two parts. One is cervix, the lower region, and open into the vagina, and the body proper or man body, expanded part that holds the developing baby. We have already discussed these structures in the analysis of pictures. Next part is vagina. It is a muscular canal that joins the cervix to the outside of the body. It is also known as birth canal. Vulva. The outside part present at the opening of the vagina, containing structures such as labia, clitoris, and a number of glands. Out of these, Bartholin's glands or vestibular glands is important. These glands are a pair of glands present on either side opening of the vagina. They produce a sticky substance to moisten or lubricate the vagina for sexual intercourse. Next gland is breast. Though breast is not directly connected with the other reproductive parts, it is present in another place at the chest region of the female, but it is also considered as a part of the female reproductive system. Let us go to the working of female reproductive system. Females are born with a large number of potential ova or egg cells. That means they have primordial follicles which transform into primary follicle. The ova becomes mature or ripe at the onset of puberty, that is around at the age of 12 years. Ova ripe on a regular basis, and only one ova is released each month until a woman reaches menopause. That means during the monthly cycle or menstrual cycle, one egg is released in each month. If an ovum is fertilized by a sperm, pregnancy occurs. Menopause commonly begins between the age of 45 and 55. During this period, the female is unable to reproduce and the egg production process stops. Let us go to other activities of the ovary. Activities of the ovary are regulated by mainly hormones. Some of the hormones are gonadotropin releasing hormone. This hormone is released from the hypothalamus. It acts on the pituitary to regulate production of FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone. FSH is released from the anterior pituitary. It stimulates development and maturation of ovarian follicles. That means pituitary produces FSH and its work or action is produced in the ovary, and it helps in the formation of follicles as well as maturation of follicles. LH or luteinizing hormone is released from the anterior pituitary. It promotes final maturation of ovarian follicles, ovulation and formation of corpus luteum. That means LH is associated with ovulation, that is the release of eggs, as well as formation of corpus luteum. We have already discussed that after release of the egg, the ovarian follicles becomes the corpus luteum, which act as an endocrine glands. Another hormone is estrogen. It is produced by the developing Graafian follicle. It promotes development of secondary sex characters, that is female characteristics. It also prevents development of too many ova and maintains the female reproductive structures. That means only one ova is produced by the action of this estrogen, and this hormone also help in the maintenance of female reproductive structure. Progesterone is a hormone released from the corpus luteum, that is the which is formed after the release of the egg. It prepares the uterine wall for implantation or attachment of the developing embryo into the wall of the internal wall of the or endometrium of the uterus. It is the connection which is known as placenta, and this progesterone also help in the continuation of pregnancy or maintenance of pregnancy. Relaxin is another hormone which is also released from the corpus luteum. It helps in easy childbirth. It helps in the relaxation of pelvic ligaments at the time of childbirth, so that the child can come out of the uterus smoothly. Friends, female reproductive system is an important system of the body of the female. It produces eggs. The egg is fertilized by the sperm. Fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. Later the egg released into the uterus, where implantation takes place and the baby grows, and finally baby comes out by childbirth. Friends, you can take the screenshot of these notes and you can prepare for the lesson. Thank you.